All right, you guys. For you guys that are going to be running big old scoops and having them pop out of your hood and all that stuff, and love the look of these clear scoops and all that, and as you can see, beautiful Sunoco hood with a dirty old man right there, but nice Sunoco hood. And yes, I mean, we don't want to cut a hole in the hood, but obviously the height of that compared to the height of that is pretty obvious. There's no question that we're cutting a hole in the hood. So for you guys that want to be able to do it and do it right and not screw a nice paint job up or anything like that, well, today we are going to show you guys how we here at Muscle Car Custom Garage, with the head tilt, Muscle Car Custom Garage,
That's right.
how we are going to install, well, not install, but chop a hole in the hood and not screw up your paint. Because one of the things you also got to worry about is actually chipping your paint away, and then we're going to actually run a border on it. Did you get any door stuff yet? Okay. We normally use like a door edge guard. I can show you my hood, what I did on mine. And yeah, so we're going to break things on down to you. So the old man here, old man, is going to give you an idea of first what'd you do on the car, and then we'll go to the hood. So at that point, you can kind of see everything, and I'm sure you guys are looking at it going, okay, it's a bunch of tape. All right, why you got all the tape on there?
I put the hood on before I put the engine in, drilled a series of holes where I'm going to have the Zeus fasteners fit. So it's just 1/4-inch holes. Based on that, I ran tape both sides of the hood scoop with a little extra clearance, and the tape is a certain distance from each hole, horizontally and vertically. I transferred that to the hood, which has a matching set of holes, and that's what we're going to try. Hopefully it works the first time, but with Scott here helping me, anything can happen.
Yeah, we could totally screw it up with Scott helping you. So then you can see the marks. This is what he was talking about, his marks, where he needs to put his tape line. That's why you're seeing this stuff. And then he's going straight across over to that side, and then obviously you can see the same thing here with his tape lines, and then all the way to the front here to the tape line. So all you're doing is just transferring that onto here, and then that's going to tell you where your hole needs to be. So yeehaw. Next step is to
Get out the saw.
yeehaw. You ready to go?
No.
Alrighty. So first hole is in. Well, why didn't you cut it all the way to here? That's where you got it. That's what you said you're going to do. Why didn't you do it?
I thought I would play it safe.
Ah, playing it safe. Well, reason why, all we're going to do is pretty much just a hole big enough for the carburetor to pop through. Then what we can do is we can put the actual scoop on this thing. The scoop. Scoopy-Doo. And then we can actually put that on there, and just as a double check, playing it safe, make sure that all these marks are correct. So that's where we're moving on to. So now we're going to throw the hood on the car and see where we're at. All right, you guys. So obviously taking the tape off of this portion of it because you don't need it on anymore. So now we're going to lay that bad boy on there, and even most of the tape that's on the hood we're not going to need. It's just the square. So we're going to grab the hood real quick, throw it on. This is the first time for us seeing it on the car as well.
I'm going to get a couple of bolts to just steady it.
Yeah, I'd say that's sticking out of there pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a linkage, or we're gonna have to figure out linkage is gonna drop low enough and then go in, but
We chose wisely.
mm-hmm. So now, with the scoop on there, whoop. Okay, now you guys can get a good shot of this. So now, I mean, obviously we need to cut it bigger, but you don't want to mess your paint job up. So now the cool part, what the old man's doing is we'll be able to transfer going from here down, making sure that we're wide enough, we have enough room in there to, you know, to be able to pull the hood off the car and still leave the scoop on. You don't need that much up front, because you got probably 2 inches off the front here. You won't need that much. Because you'll be good.
Yep.
See what I mean? I mean, you could probably lose another, and this is why we're doing what we're doing, just to make sure, because, I mean, God forbid you actually cut the thing too big, then you're looking at it going, oh man. And the amount of money that is in the paint job, the hood, the time, the effort, and all of that, do you want to do it over again?
Cut once, measured twice.
And then measure twice on top of that twice.
Got that right.
So, but, oh, let me back this thing up. But yeah, that's what we'll be looking at there. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to see the tree.
Yeah. Before, we've ran the scoop on top of the cowl hood before, and that
The scoop was even with the top of the roof on one of my cars.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, you couldn't see the tree. We had the prism.
I had to take the right lane every time.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the ones I saw, what was it, Alex Taylor, she ended up doing it, where they ended up hooking up a like a camera, and then they had like an iPad set up to where you could actually see the freaking tree. That's going a little too far. So with this, obviously that's why you're going to run those clear scoops. Now, for you guys that aren't running fiberglass hood, fiberglass front end, and all that, hey, how can I cut that hole in the hood? And, you know, let's say we're doing it on the Nova behind the old man. Well, if it's all steel, you still have to find points of reference. So at that, what he ended up doing was he created them. That's what these are for. Now, later on, these are going to be your Zeus fasteners, but they're only 1/4 inch holes. That way we can drop a bolt in there, get everything kind of lined up the way it should be, and then we can do this. But if you're trying to find point of reference, then you'd find bolt holes. You'd find, you know, you could even Sharpie something out, you know, to where if you have to take the hood off, then you can, here. So let's say you're going off like hood hinges. You just go off your bolts. Or if you're, you know, you find, you know, body lines, or you find, you know, like your rubber bumpers here, you know, back there. Just something, the holes.
Here, holes here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, and well, there's nothing on that side. But something that's going to be able to be transferable over. You know, where your wiring in the back would be, just where those holes are. And all you could do is, you're going to use those as a reference point, and then just transfer some sort of tape, Sharpie, obviously something that you can take off to make your hole in the hood. So if it's going to be a tunnel ram, if it's going to be a blower, kind of like what I'm doing on the 55. You know, the same thing I had to do on the black car. And I can show you, here, I'll show you guys what I was talking about on door moldings, like your edge guard door moldings. Well, it's nice stuff. There's the one I had to do for the Camaro. It's nice stuff. It molds really well. And as you can tell, you know, it just gives it a nice look once you're all said and done. So, we're going to do the same thing on his. Obviously, I do the same thing on the 57, or 57 for the 55, for that big old behemoth, but we don't know how much is going to be sticking through. So, we're going to go back to this, and now he's going to be able to really transfer stuff over, because this is kind of the end game right where we got it now. Because once you can actually do this, it's easy. Because the hood's on, you know where it's at. Okay, I want, you know, 3/4 of an inch around the hood scoop, and you can literally just go down in all 4 corners and then just transfer a 3/4 inch line across that, cut it, and you can either make it round, you can make it square, you can make a heart shape, you can do whatever you want. But you do whatever you want in that sense, and make sure that you can open and close the hood if it's a hinged hood, or if you're doing like we're doing, that you have enough room that you'll miss the scoop and you don't scratch anything up. So, time to transfer some more lines over. Cutting out that last little bit.
You gotta go here to here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you guys, you can see it's just a matter of take your time. You know, some people will use a jigsaw, some people will use, you know, a grinding cutoff wheel. Whatever you feel comfortable with and safe with, and you know you're going to have a nice line with. So you can see the old man, obviously you drill a big enough hole to drop the jigsaw down into, and you can proceed. A lot of times people will do them in all four corners. That way each corner's got a nice rounded edge. But if you're trying to do the door edge molding, a lot of times you can't do a rounded edge. That you're going to need to have kind of flat edges. So that's what's going on there. The smell of fiberglass. You got it? I want a man with a slow hand. So as you guys can see, it's just take your time. You want this to look good? Take that extra 5 minutes. So many times people try to hurry up and hurry up and hurry up, and I want to go to the track, I want to go racing. We're not going racing today. Take your time. This is what separates half-ass jobs to really nice jobs. So keep that in mind. So close. Oh, then you just got to do that little zip across the front. And then we can see how this is going to look. Yeah, let me grab that. All right, go ahead. And there we go. So now we're going to see how it fits on the car. All right, there should be with the big old monster hole in it. That's not bad. How much? That's not bad. I'd say you're good.
I'd say so too. Oh.
Victory! So let's get you guys a little closer so you can see what's going on. So there's where the hole is. You can see all the nitrate. Ooh, the nitrate. Oh, so, but now from a top shot, you can kind of see edges of what we have. So initially it was going to be out to here. He brought it in to where we have a nice gap now. Same thing on the back. What you guys see looks really, really close, but there's probably more of a ½ inch, 3/4 on that. And then your front shot. There you go. I don't know if you want to peel the tape off.
Yeah, I guess it's time.
Yeah.
I had extra tape on there just because I didn't want it to finish.
There we go. Bloop. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera and do the same thing at the same time. But now you can see your edges. You know, we got a little bit of adhesive, you know, from the tape, but we just clean that stuff up. But there's your marks. Or there's your hole. So now once we put the door edge molding on there, it'll be black like what I did on the Camaro. That'll look good. Then you just got to do a little bit of painting on the, it's a Glass Tech, isn't it? Yeah. So you can see Glass Tech did a little bit of a, oh, would it be funnel cake? But we'll be able to paint that in.
For the back.
Yeah, but we'll be able to paint that, probably just black it out or whatever. But it'll do the job, it'll look good. And there you guys go. That's how we get it done, and that's how you make it look nice and tidy and tight. You like it?
I like it.
He likes it. He likes it. He likes it. So, for you guys that are out there trying to do the same thing, hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of a helping hand and gives you some direction of how to find your center, where to find the carburetor, finding, you know, the holes or the bolts or anything like that that you would have to go off of, or making your own. So, good luck on your guys' projects, and we will see you again. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Until we meet again. Till we meet again. Until we meet again. You guys have yourselves a good one. Take care.